Hello and welcome to the class. So in the previous class, probably if you remember, we have talked about the domains, what are the different types of domains, what is hosting, and we also looked at what are the different types of hostings are available. And now today I am going to show you practically how you have to buy your domain name, how you have to buy your hosting, and then how to link your domain with your hosting service provider. In situation, if your hosting and domain are from the two different service provider. All right. So let's look at my screen and we'll keep on learning about it. Fantastic. So first thing first, how to buy your domain name. So if you want to buy your domain name, you have to go to any of the service providers. Some of the popular service providers are GoDaddy, HostGator, Bluehost, and there are many more of those kind. Actually, you can look at any of these service providers to buy your domain name. But for a learning point of view, today I'm going to show you how you can buy your domain name on GoDaddy. So let's go to the website of godaddy.com. Right. So I'm already here on a godaddy.com here, and whatever domain name you want to buy, just put the domain name here and with the domain extension and click on a search. Now you could see here, this domain name is already available. So this is available at 199.00 rupees, which is really very good offer for the first year with a 2-year registration. It means if you're going to buy this domain name for 2 years, you are going to get it at this price. Right. Now let's look at why this domain name is great. So first is it uses the .com extension. As you know it very well, the .com extension is a top level domain, TLD, and TLDs are always preferred a lot on a internet. Secondly, this name is a 15 character or less, which is good thing to have. And thirdly, includes basic privacy protection. Right now, I'm not going to look at it, but what if you have got a domain name which is going to resonate your business name? For example, if you're into some sort of business which is related to gifting. So let's I could say I'm searching for joyandgiftstore.com. Click on here. You could see it is available. Now here look at the idea. So why this domain is great? First thing, gift and store are the high value keywords. So please understand, when you're going to buy your domain name, you have to always try to include your business category or the keyword which is related to your business should be included into the domain name. It is going to give you an extra advantage into search engine optimization part. Right? Keyword with an average sale price of rupees 1,80,000 rupees to 1,34,000 rupees. So this keyword is really good and very great. Gift and store keywords are really of a high competition. Store and gift are widely used keyword. So you could see here it has got a good SEO authority in this domain name, right? Which will include the privacy domain. So this is an optional service. If you do not want to include, you can leave it. But right now, assuming I want to buy this domain name, so here it is good. Now, just keep your attention here. Here you could see giantgiftstore.in as well is also available. It is recommended by what to say GoDaddy that I should go and buy this. Now, if you are a business or enterprise and you think that you are going to carry your business for a long time, then it is recommended you should buy all the nearby domain extensions as well. You should buy the nearby domain extension. For example, here it is .com and it is recommending me to buy .in because I am from India. So it is recommending me to buy .in as well because this is CTLD, country specific top level domains. Right. So if you're in your country and you do not want any other competition to crop up, and that competition might end up playing around with your brand identity or brand reputation. So to keep the competition away and rather than giving them an opportunity to use the same domain name, whatever you have got, it is a good idea to book all the domain extensions as well when you are going to buy your domain name. So it will certainly keep your all the competition away from you. So you could see here .in is available at 149 rupees, followed by the buy three and more and save 60%. So right now this is an offer from GoDaddy. If you can go and buy .net, .org, .info as well at 1,499. So if you're having a long vision of securing your domain name, domain extensions, so recommended to buy everything. Because by any chance, if your brand becomes big and competition might try to spoil your reputation by buying the available domain extensions. So it is recommended, but not mandatory. I leave the decision to you. In case you want to buy it, you can go ahead and add into the cart and move on. So right now, I'm happy with this one. I'm not going to buy .in as well. So this is good for me. I will add this to the cart. Now, please watch it carefully. You could see here, this is my basket. You could see. So 1,747 for 2 years, 40% off. And I am getting it at that two domains. I take it off. Super. Now you could see 1,123. Now if you're happy with this one, please go and continue to cart. Super. So now they are giving you some more additional things to buy. Now this is an optional feature. I'm still telling you, it is not mandatory that you should buy each and everything. First thing first is a full domain privacy and protection. What is this all about? So when you buy a domain name, whatever details you put while buying the domain name, maybe your contact, administrative contact, technical contact, all that data is going to be available in public domain for people to know about it. But in case you think that you have to protect your privacy, then you can go and buy this privacy protection at this price. But again, I'm telling you, it is optional. Second thing, ultimate domain protection and security. So if you want to protect your domain and you want to have an additional layer of security, you can go and buy this domain protection as well. But again, this is not mandatory. But right now, I'm not going to buy any of these. I'm happy with this. I will just click no thanks. Then it says create an email address that matches your domain name. Now here, guys, I am very clearly telling you it is charging you 29 rupees per month. If you look at on a year to year basis, probably it will go to a couple of hundreds rupees. So here, this domain what you get, you can also get it absolutely free from your hosting control panel. If you remember, if you refer to my previous class, which I've talked about the hosting control panel, you might get an idea. Or in case we have not talked about, then I am certainly going to show you how you are going to use the C panel to create your email ID, official email ID. Right. So in this way, I also recommend do not buy this one. It is not mandatory, and still you will be having your official email ID. Now these two things are important. So I've already make it no thanks, no thanks. Now let's go and continue to cart. The moment you come here, now I've already signed in here. If you are a new user, you have to go and sign up here. You have to put your address, contact details, and also you have to put in your credit card or debit card details, which will allow you to complete your purchase. Now, after this thing is over, once you've done this transaction completed, you have to make a note here. The first step is you will receive a email confirmation confirmation email from GoDaddy, right? So you have to log into your inbox, whatever email ID you have mentioned, and please verify the link by clicking. If you do not, if you do not do this job, right, the biggest problem is you won't be able to move ahead in terms of creating your website. Your domain name purchase would be treated as an incomplete process. So this is a mandatory step. You have to, moment you buy the complete the transaction, you will get an email from GoDaddy or from any of the service provider. They will expect you to verify your email. Some people or some companies might expect you to verify your email along with your mobile number as well. So these two verifications are important. You have to clearly, first thing is go and verify it. Once you've done the verification, then you will get something of this kind when you log in here. So click on to your account and you see it says something called my account, my product. So whatever products you purchased, it will come in. So here I have already bought this domain name. So you will find something of this kind, right? So this is your website name. It will have setup, DNS, manage all, right? So right now I will keep it up to this place. So this is, if you're able to verify everything, then you will find this page coming to you. And it will say, denotes that you have successfully completed the domain purchase. Now, we will move ahead to learn how to buy your hosting. So I think I've already told you a long time ago that you should not buy the hosting on a GoDaddy. Reason being, the GoDaddy servers are not that great. As per my personal experience is going on, I've tried many servers, but I'm not really personally very happy with the GoDaddy server. So in that case, I recommend you could go ahead and buy your hosting from HostGator. And yeah, one more thing, if you are looking for a discounted offer in terms of buying out hosting, so I would recommend you to go to this website, martechguide.com, martechguide.com. Go to the website, and on this website there's a banner which is containing a very good offer rolled by HostGator. So that will allow you to buy the hosting at a really very good discounted offer. Right? You got to see here, HostGator. It's a Gator day sale, 57% off on web hosting. So all you have to do is come here and click on this link. Now, when you go to this link, it is going to open here. And remember, this link contains the discount code embedded inside. So that will give you the cheapest portion. So once you are back onto this page, now let me explain you the page, what all things are there. Now, if you see here, you got to see web hosting, you got to see cloud hosting, WordPress hosting, reseller hosting, VPS hosting, dedicated server hosting, and here also you can go and buy your domain names. So as we have already got our domain name, so this is not required for us. Now let's look at the hosting part. Now when you go to a regular web hosting, so this is technically called as your shared web hosting, which I told you that shared hostings are very cheap and it is good for you to start your online journey so that you will have a less, I could say, cost on your pocket. So you would be able to start your website at a very, very lower cost. That is where it is recommended to go ahead with the shared hosting. Now, when you click on here in the web hosting, what you'll find Linux shared hosting, Windows shared hosting, open source web hosting. Now, which one you should choose? As far as the preference goes on, I always recommend you should choose the Linux shared hosting. Reason being, Linux shared hosting or Linux servers or Linux operating system are considered to be the very secured operating system. For hackers, it is very difficult for them to hack the operating system which is running on Linux operating system, right? So it will give an extra protection to your server. Technically, this server protection is the responsibility of the service provider, not yours, but it is good to be. Next is the Windows shared hosting again. Now, this should be preferred by you until or unless you are trying to create an application on your website which is going to use any Windows application, Windows development tool. Like if your website is going to be built on ASP.NET, right, or Onyx, Plex server you want. So all these things, then Windows hosting is recommended to go and use it. Otherwise, if you're using PHP, Apache server, they are really very good. In fact, if you go and try to see the data of the shared hosting servers, you'll find the shared hosting servers based on a Linux operating system are most preferred globally, right? And then you got to open source web hosting. This I do not recommend you to buy because of various reasons. The one common reason is when you go with the shared hosting on a Linux, There are various applications which are being created by many people, which are available into Softiculous app installer part. Those kind of things you might not find into the open source web hosting. So this is my personal opinion. Do not go and buy the open source web hosting part. All right. Now let's move to cloud. Now cloud hosting is, as I said earlier, it is better than your regular shared hosting. So in cloud hosting, you are going to have more power to your server. So you could see here it is saying power your business with the cloud 2x faster and 4x scalable. So the beauty is in cloud hosting today, if your website data or content is taking let's say around 2 GB of space, and tomorrow you are going to add a couple of more things, you want to add more data, so you do not have to worry about in by changing your package. The cloud hosting would be able to expand you or give you more scalability in terms of space, in terms of bandwidth, right? And other thing is, as you're on a cloud, so you're able to get a much better performance compared to the web hosting. But again, cloud hosting comes to be at a little bit higher cost. Then comes the WordPress hosting. Now this is good for only those people, those who have decided they are only going to host or make their website only in WordPress CMS, content management system. It means if you're taking the WordPress hosting and tomorrow you think that let me change my CMS from WordPress to Joomla or to Drupal or to Magento, then probably you might not be able to move on. Reason being, this hosting is only limited to WordPress CMS. And again, I leave the decision to you. If you have decided that your website is only going to be built on WordPress, then please go ahead and choose this one. All right. Then comes a reseller hosting. This is very interesting one. If you have got a vision of making money or getting extra sale by selling the hosting services, assuming you're a small business and you have got some good connections and you are working with some good clients, and those clients they always ask you that they need to buy a hosting, they need to buy a domain, so can you help them? So in that case, if you want to make extra money, then you can go and buy the reseller hosting package from HostGator. So what it will happen, you'll get a big chunk of space, maybe I could say let's say 30-40 GB of a space at a very discounted price, and that space you can sell as a shared hosting to multiple people. In that way, the difference amount whatever you are able to get through would be the profit you would be able to make by selling hosting packages from these guys. All right. Then comes the which VPS, virtual private server. Now these are really the best ones I could say. If you do not want to be on a shared hosting, and also you do not want to afford the dedicated hosting, they are the super costliest one. They are the ultimate costly servers. It means you are going to have your own IP address, you are going to have your own dedicated space, resources allocated to you to manage your website. Nobody else is going to share that space with you, right? So these are very costly. Now you want to enjoy the comfort of a dedicated server kind of a thing, and also you want to be away from the shared hosting, then in that case VPS servers are most preferable. So you will get the flair of a dedicated server as well, but with a limited options, right? So you can go and choose any of these things whatever you're comfortable. So right now for learning point of view, we would be going ahead with the web hosting from a Linux shared part. If you come down further here, you got to see web hosting made easy and affordable condition. And let's click on this get started now. Super. Now this is an interesting part. Moment you come here on this page, you got to see two things. One is you see website traffic from India get up to 10x speed with a shared website hosting plan in India. Now which one you should choose? Right now it is taking me to US server, and here is the Indian server. Now which one to choose? We have to decide. Let me show you. Right now, when I'm on a US server, you could see the plan, the starter plan is starting at 99 rupees per month for a 5-year plan. If I go to Indian server, you could see there is a upscaling in the price. Approximately, I could say 50 rupees is the jump in the pricing more. Right? You see the same pricing, 199, 200 roughly. So here 249. So there's a upscale of 50 rupees into each plan. Now, which one you should choose? You could see very clearly if you're on a US server, you're able to save 50 rupees per month, which is actually a good saving for you. But when you go to Indian server, you're paying unnecessary 50 rupees extra. But what is the difference you get? Now here it says if you buy your server from India, if you're from India, from your country, then you are going to get 10x speed with the shared hosting if you buy the plan here. Now we have researched about it. We learned from many people saying that uh, if you buy your server from US being in India, or you buy your server from India being in India, there's not much of a difference into the performance of the server. Here the pricing what you see is mainly because of the tax. For India, we have got a 30% tax slab which gets on, and you are end up paying more money when you buy the server from India. Whereas for US, the taxation is nil. There's nothing, no tax at all. So here you are able to buy the same server at a 99 rupees per month. So if you're trying to save money, I strongly recommend buy your server from US. You would be able to save good amount of money. Okay. Now I hope I'm able to make you understand this portion. Now then comes very important area. Out of starter plan, hatchling plan, baby plan, business plan, which plan you should take? Right. So let me make you understand the differences. When I look at the starter plan at a 99 rupees per month, I could see what is it I'm getting in this offer. I can host a single website, single domain. I am getting 10 GB disk space. It means the data which I'm going to store on my website, on my server, cannot get increased more than 10 GB. And there's a data transfer limit of 100 GB. Now, what is transfer? The upload and download of your website data. Now, what is upload? So when you're running or making a website, whatever data you upload on your server, or assuming a situation, if you're in a dating website wherein you want people to upload their pictures, you want them to upload their videos, you want them to upload their profile, I mean biography, or maybe say your resume or something. In that case, everybody is uploading some kind of a data onto a server. In the similar way, when anybody open your website on their browser, and when the website opens, then there is also data is being downloaded. So including both upload and download, we call as a data transfer. So here you're only getting the 100 GB data transfer limit in a month. So what is the problem with this one? So in case you have done or you started any campaign to market your website, and in that case you see that a lot of traffic is coming to your website, and when people, I'm really talking about good numbers. I'm talking about, let's say, a couple of thousands or 10,000 people are coming to your website every day. In that case, there could be a possibility you might end up reaching to the limit of 100 GB data transfer on a month basis. Maybe assuming by 25th of that month, you have reached the limit of 100 GB. Now, what will happen after that? For the rest 5 days, your website will not run, it won't open. Reason being, you have consumed the limit for that month. So in this case, uh, it could be a unnecessary embarrassment for you and for your visitors. So I recommend you to think through it very carefully. Is it really something you want from your server? Right. So in that case, I strongly recommend at least you should start with a hatchling plan. Now here the beauty is, Even though here you are having a single domain, but here you are having unlimited disk space and unlimited data transfer limit. Along with that, here you are having only 5 email accounts, but here you can have unlimited email account. So it's not a small business having 10 to 15 people in your company, then this package could be really, really, very useful for you. Along with that, you are getting a free SSL. You're also getting a free .NET domain, also getting a free .NET domain for an year. These are additional, I could say, promotion which is given by HostGator. In case you want, you can go and avail it. Okay. So assuming I'm going to buy this one, so click on the buy now. Then it will ask you, do you already have a domain for your hosting plan? If you've already bought your hosting from GoDaddy, right? So let's say this is my domain. I have bought it. So if you have bought it, then you have to go and use the same domain here. Make it yes. Put the domain name. Now there are a couple of other additional things HostGator is trying to sell you is one is backup your hardware. It means the system is going to generate the backup of your website content on a regular basis. And for that, you have to pay an extra amount of 109 rupees every month. Now, is it good or is it required? I'd say personally, not really. It must not very much required. Reason being, when you buy your hosting, you got something called a software QLS app installer. So, software QLS app installer, that system automatically creates the backup of your website at regular interval of time, and that comes absolutely free for you. So, I recommend do not unnecessarily pay for this job. Encrypt sensitive information. So it is going to use the Komodo SSL, an extra security SSL which is going to get. But again, SSL is for us to just adhere to the Google's guideline that your website should be protected with a extra layer of security. That any which is you are getting it free of cost. So you don't need to buy it as well. Protect your website from hackers. Uh, Again, it is a personal decision of yours, but I do not think it is really required for me to go use it. I am running my website from couple of years as of now, and I don't see any problem happening to my website, right? So in this way, you're able to save a good amount of money by unchecking this. Continue. Let it load. All right, now you got to see. So you are going to buy a single domain Linux hosting. For 5 years, you are going to pay 399 rupees per month. So in totality, for 5 years, you are going to pay 11,970. The original price was 23,940, and you've got almost like a 50% off here in this, and you are going to get your domain at 11,000. Sorry, yeah. Coupon discount total amount is 14,000. Now this is including your tax amount as well. That's okay. Click and continue. Now this will take you to the account. So here you have to go and create your account if you do not have and follow the entire procedure of doing this. Now, once you've done this job, what is going to happen? Number one, you will receive an email from HostGator to verify the email address, right? So please log into your email and check the email which you received from HostGator. Click and verify that email. Second thing, after a couple of minutes, maybe within 15-20 minutes, you will receive another email from HostGator that will contain your cPanel details. Now, this is a very, very important email you will receive from HostGator or from any service provider for that matter. You have to really keep it safe with you because that is going to be very, very important thing that contains the data about your server, how to log in, where to log in, the ID and a password, everything. So you have to really keep it secure with you. Do not share with anybody at any given point of time. Otherwise, people might make misuse of your server. Now, this email which I'm talking about, I'm going to show you an email. How does it look like? Now, this is the email which you will get. So additional of something, your domain or something, your website name. This is what you will get. Now, if you look at this email, here you are getting certain data. Your domain name, what is the plan you are having, where your servers are located, what is the operating system, is the SSL enabled or not, you can get to check, and also the expiry of your hosting server, when it is going to expire. Along with that, accessing your website. So this is the temporary one. These are the name servers, which are very, very important. Do not disclose these name servers to anybody else. So these name servers are important for you. I will show you how we are going to make use of these name servers for our next step. Now come down below. Now managing your website, here you could see the methods for you to log into your web hosting control panel. Very, very important. Now, henceforth, whenever I will tell you, please log into your cPanel, it means I am referring you to log into your web hosting control panel. Now, you can log into your control panel by various methods. So, you have a URL, or you can your website name forward slash cPanel, and so on and so forth. And here is the username and the password, which is given by the HostGator. Along with that, you're also going to have your FTP details as well. FTP stands for File Transfer Protocol. So it means if you want to upload a file from your PC to your server and you're not able to do it through web cPanel, then in that case you have to go and use the FTP application to log into your control panel. So for that, you have got the username and the password for your FTP account. This is again very important. Please do not share with anybody. Rest of things I will show you how to make use of it into your cPanel lecture when we do this job. All right. So in this way, you would be able to complete your purchase of your hosting server. Now, the third thing which is here is how do you link your domain with your hosting? As I told you earlier, your domain is on a GoDaddy and your hosting is on a HostGator. So how do you change it? So remember this email which you received, this email what you received contains your DNS name server. Now let me log into your GoDaddy. So I'm back onto this product. Now see here, I'm talking about the Martech guide. I will go to DNS. When you click on DNS, it will take you down. You see name servers. Now this is the place where you have to go and change this. So click on the change. Okay. Now here, the name server details you have to go and apply. So go to your email, copy these name servers and paste it here. Name server 1, and then you got the name server 2 that you have to come and paste it here again in name server 2. Once you've done it, just click on save. Your job is done. All right. Now, next thing, once you are able to change the name servers, the second thing what you have to do is you have to check that this name servers what you have changed, has it been done properly or not? Has it started showing the reflection of change or not? So for that, you have to cross check. To cross check, we will go to this website called uh, DNS propagation checker. Click on this and you will find a website called dnschecker.org. Go to this place. Here you put your website name. So my website name was, I will back again here. Now this is my domain name. I take this domain name, Control C, Control V, and here instead of A, click here and change it to NS. NS stands for name server. And now click on search. Now it is going to search from a different part of the world from different servers whether the name server change has been reflected or not. Wherever you see this tick mark, it means the name server change has successfully taken place. At whatever place you do not see it is coming check mark, then probably it might take some time to activate. Once it shows that you are able to see the changes happening, it means now you were able to successfully change the name server from GoDaddy server to HostGator server. In this way, you are able to complete the entire process of changing the, or I could say, pointing your domain name to your respective desired server. All right. So I hope you might have understood very carefully how to link your domain name with your hosting. All right. So in the next class, we are going to talk about this cPanel, how to use the cPanel for your learning. All right. So till the time, take rest, enjoy, keep learning. Thank you very much.